Okay, our first story this week is going to be about the Pokemon Direct from last week, 6/17. Had some pretty interesting announcements. But first, joining us this week, we have Drew from Game of Thumbs. Thanks for jumping on board this week.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Really honored to be here.
Sweet. We're very happy to have you. All right, so Pokemon had their Direct on 6/17 and revealed some games and updates. Pokemon Smile, Pokemon Cafe Mix, the new Pokemon Snap, Mega Evolutions are coming to Pokemon Go, and there were more details for the Isle of Armor DLC that dropped last week. So I think the consensus here is that the biggest announcement was there was a new Pokemon Snap. So what is your guys' experience with Pokemon Snap, and are you excited for the Switch release? Camilo, do you want to start?
Yeah, can I start?
Yeah.
So I have a lot of nostalgia for Pokemon Snap because that was my first video game ever. My first console was a Nintendo 64, and that was like the first game I got for it. So that was like my first like experience with like the Pokemon franchise too. So I don't know. I'm just like really excited. I played that game to death as a kid. I like unlocked all the courses and tried to take pictures of Mew. It was really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really excited for this remake. It's not a remake; it's a new game.
Yeah, to be clear, it is a new game. It did the typical Nintendo fashion of naming something new and not like numbering it or giving us a different indication that it's a different product. But yes, it is very much a sequel. Who wants to go next?
I never had an N64 growing up. Mm-hmm. But I did play Pokemon Snap at my friends, and it was fun. It was enjoyable. I don't recall it being that intense. Like it's an on rails game, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to be intense.
Well, not intense. It's not that like in depth. It's not too complicated. Like you throw an apple into the lava and a Charizard comes out or something like that, right?
Spoilers.
I mean, there are a lot of
for
like
a 20-year-old
I
game.
didn't figure out as a kid, like throwing like pester balls and throwing like at specific Pokemon and like hitting buttons and stuff.
I'm just hoping that the new version is a little bit more in depth and there's more to do, and then it's not just do this course like once and then you're done.
I don't think that's what the original. That's not what the original was, though. Didn't you have to do each course multiple times?
Yeah, to get like better pictures, and you'd unlock items that would let you see more Pokemon. Like
that's stuff you didn't see on your first time.
Yeah, like your first go through. Let's say like you're not gonna have pester balls, so like you can't make the Magnemite like fuse together to like take a picture of a Magneton. So like you have to go back.
How about you, Drew? What's your experience with I almost said Pokemon Go. Pokemon Snap.
Pokemon Snap, yeah. So, I mean, first of all, the N64 was, like, for like many of us, a very nostalgic, console. Mm-hmm. So I played it a ton. And Pokemon Snap was always, like, that game that I would go to if I just needed to, like, chill for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And, like, yeah, so it's not very intense. Not a lot of danger. But it's very accessible. And I think that, like, for anyone who hasn't played Pokemon Snap, this is going to be a very accessible game for them to jump in and just relax. And, I mean, I'm a photographer. I love photography. So, like, it's just going to be a good time. Just kind of like, when it's – I can imagine – I know for a fact that when it comes out, I'll just spend a lot of late nights on the couch when it's really, when it's really late and just kind of snapping pictures before I go to bed. That's kind of what I want to do with it. And I think I'm anxious to see – any new systems that they put in place, like new what makes it new, because it has been so long since we've seen the Pokemon Snap come back. So I'm very very interested to see what is going to be different about it.
Yeah,
I feel like they're gonna add like photo like editing stuff like with like filters. I feel like they have to, because like they did that with like Mario Odyssey, like the picture mode and stuff.
That would be awesome. Yeah, like photo mode, like what we're used to these days. Do you guys think that they'll put anything like make anything different for handheld mode, like gyroscope or anything like that?
I think so. Yeah, that was something I was gonna say. Yeah, I think it'll actually absolutely be gyro, or
like
you
the
can
Pro
play
controller
with
too.
Pro
gyro.
controller.
Right.
Yeah, anything.
That would be cool.
That would be amazing. I love when gyro is implemented like correctly. I mean, obviously, if it's implemented incorrectly, I don't like it. But like when they do it right, like with Breath of the Wild, to like really hone in your arrows and stuff like that, like it's just perfect. And I think that this game would really benefit from gyro controls implemented in a smart way.
Help you feel more like a photographer for sure.
Yeah.
They could bring back Labo for it.
Oh yeah.
This would work good with Labo VR, yeah.
That would be
Well, I think
amazing.
Labo... Isn't there a camera? I think
There's
a
a camera attachment.
Ooh.
I can easily see.
But yeah,
them doing
Labo
that.
VR would work too.
So my experience with Pokemon Snap is that I bought it like the week of my wedding, like not that long ago. Yeah, last year. I also bought a Nintendo 64 for the first time. So my experience is mostly just playing with my wife because she really likes low stakes games. Like she doesn't like to be like chased by tickers and stuff like that. So it's been fun to like kind of hand the controller back and forth as she rides the rails and goes. So I'm excited to every time a game gets announced. I'm like, oh yes, I can definitely play that with my wife. Like when the board game 51 or whatever it's called came out, I'm like, yes, I can play this one. So that's how I'm going to be playing Pokemon Go is probably on the couch, winding down with my wife.
I totally relate to that, Phil. So I definitely think I'll be able to share that with my wife because the last game we played together was, I mean, she's obsessed with Animal Crossing, so that's been our game. So this will be fun for her too. So totally relate to that.
Nice. That's awesome. So what else about Pokemon Snap? Yeah,
It looks really
gyro.
nice. It looks a lot nicer than the actual...
Is that game footage though?
I think it is. I think the footage of them taking pictures is actual game footage, but then the sizzle reel of the photos afterwards, it was very odd because it did say not actual gameplay at that part, but not during the part where they showed taking pictures.
Well, I also feel like they have more like freedom to be crazy with the graphics because it is like on rails. So I don't know how different, like every time you run through, if like all the animations are like the same every time.
Yeah, I really hope that they kind of push themselves because it looked cool. Like the water looked cool. Like I was just like, oh look, like Pokemon with like halfway decent graphics. This is dope.
Bandai Namco is actually making this.
Yeah, Bandai Namco.
I know. That's interesting. Do you think there's going to be any like I guess it's
Dark
not necessarily.
Souls?
Yeah, I was just going to say it's not FromSoft, but like maybe
you'll see Soul Stare, whatever his name is, at the
so
the game gets hijacked.
All right. All right, so let's not get too into the weeds on Pokemon Snap because there were a couple other things to talk about. So what were your guys' overall impressions of this? It seemed to be part 1 of the Direct.
I thought it was cool. I didn't really get the branding of it because they didn't really call it a Pokemon Direct. They call it a Pokemon Presents.
Yeah.
Also, is it Pokemon Presents or like Presents? Because they were presents they were giving us.
Yikes.
oh boy.
Good one.
I don't know. One of them's a lump of coal, so.
Yikes. So let's just jump into that real quick because we do have somebody who is potentially interested in for the reason that it's being marketed.
Yeah, that's true. It's not for me.
So Pokemon Smile is not for 3 of us, but Drew, why don't you talk about why it might be for you?
Well, I won't be practicing my toothbrushing, but my 3-year-old daughter might be. So I'm definitely I was laughing out loud when they did that because I was just like, I could just see all of the confused faces from like everyone in the like watching it. But for me, I was like, I could use this. So
and that's what they open with too. Like
I know. I was like, what a weird choice to open. Like anyway, so Yeah, I'm going to download it and I'm going to try it. I mean, my daughter doesn't really know what Pokemon is, but I mean, she'll think they're cute, and we'll see how it goes. But I mean, in reality, we'll probably use it once or twice and never use it again. But I mean, it's cool, I guess. That's all I got.
Free to download.
Free to download.
No,
Wait,
no
is there
microtransactions?
Are there microtransactions
Nope.
in it? No.
Nope.
Free game.
Free.
Totally free. Free game.
Minutes of
I just
fun.
Put air
Minutes.
quotes, guys. Yeah, 2 minutes of just such a good time. Then we also had, that was Pokemon Smile, and then Pokemon Cafe Mix, which is going to be on iOS, Android, and Switch.
And
Yeah.
Switch, yeah.
That is a puzzle game, and I don't think it looks as cool as other Pokemon puzzle games. What do you guys think about that game?
Looks different. Like
The
I
art
think.
style looked kind of cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll try it. It's free, but I don't know.
Pokemon
I like
Shuffle is
yeah,
Free
I
to
like
start.
Shuffle.
Free to start.
What I kept thinking the whole time was I think they're trying to reach a larger audience just with these different styles of Pokemon games. They're trying I think I can see that they're trying to tap into different like genres and stuff, and I think they're just trying to get more people playing Pokemon no matter what it is. This one looks fairly simple, like a game to pass the time, so it could be interesting.
It's just branding. You just shove it down people's throats until they come over to other stuff.
Maybe. And then the last two big stories, Mega Evolutions and Go, which is cool because I actually like Mega Evolutions. I thought it was a cool addition, and I kind of miss them in the new game. Cam, how do you feel about Evolution and Go? Because you're a big Pokemon Go player.
I didn't know like when they were gonna announce it. I had a feeling it was gonna come because I believe we're gonna get the Generation 6 launch later this year, and I think that's when we're gonna get Mega Evolutions because that's when they were introduced. But there's a lot of discussion like how are they gonna implement them? Like some people think like, oh, it might just work just like the games, or it's gonna be like a permanent thing. Because like battles and Go don't last that long, so like what's the point if you're gonna see it for like a few frames? Because you do a raid, you do like 2 attacks and then you're dead. So like, okay.
Isn't that how the real game is though?
Oh,
I'm not throwing shade though. But what if I have a Mega Evolution Pokemon? It takes me 1 or 2 attacks to kill the other Pokemon.
Well, no, I'm talking about your Mega Evolution Pokemon's gonna get knocked out in 2 seconds from like a raid boss.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Maybe hopefully it won't though, because it's stronger. I don't know. I think it's cool. I like it. My Mega Gyarados is one of my favorite Pokemon, so I'm super hyped for it. And then Isle of Armor's been out, so I don't know. People can have their first impressions on that. I haven't been yet. I did buy it. I'm still shiny hunting a Howlucha, so like I'm just like chilling in the wild area while everyone else is like having a good time on the Isle of Armor. I'm just not even there. So I hope you guys are enjoying it.
Forget the old wild area.
Yeah, I hear it's really good.
it's just super confusing.
I don't agree with that, but okay.
Because you go through like a cave and you're on the other side of the map. It doesn't make any sense.
Because caves have tunnel systems.
Yeah, but you go like straight to the back, and then you're like on the bottom of the map. It's very confusing.
I kind of like that because it kind of like reminded me of like Breath of the Wild, where I just got like lost in the area, and I like that.
Nice.
I wish they had more than just the wild area though. Like it's just all wild area. There's no real.
But isn't
But
it
that's
bigger
what
than
this-
the other one?
Yeah, it's bigger.
Yeah, I think it's way bigger. I mean, there's a lot of like open water area, which just kind of just like fills it out. But I think they are gearing because like I feel like the Crown Tundra is gonna be like this too. It's just gonna be like a big wild area. I feel like they're gearing up for like the next game to be just all wild area and like no routes anymore.
That'd be interesting. I don't know how you would like funnel people from gym to gym.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I guess you could just have it be like a real RPG and like just be like your directive is here on the map. Just get over there. You just use your map more.
I mean, they've
Not the
always had in
Pokemon's not
past
a real-
games where like they'll put like obstacles around something. Like if all the towns are like in this open area and like
Yeah, if
some
they're
are
all just surrounded by
some are
Snorlax.
just like like they're like blocked until like you do something else.
Mhm.
it makes me. I'm excited for Crown Tundra. Like I think that's gonna have more content, the more exciting content. Because
Well, it's definitely gonna have more content. Be funny if it didn't
No, I
have
mean-
any content.
No, I mean like more content than what the Isle of Armor has.
Yeah. Yeah. So in general, I thought that this presentation was interesting. They brought a bunch of new products out, and I think it got people hyped for Isle of Armor, which they needed to do like right before it was launching. I think it was good timing, and kind of made me interested. Like, well, if they did all this in this presentation, this Pokemon presence, what are we gonna see on Wednesday / yesterday? If you're watching this the day this comes out. So I don't know. Do you guys have any?
They had a lot of
Go
Johto
ahead.
stuff in the background of that presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been reading things about that too.
I'd be
Gosh,
down for a Let's Go Johto.
Please don't.
I don't mind the Let's Go games.
I kind of hope.
I saw
hope it's
everybody
a-
watched Phil's video.
I hope it's a Shadow. Because there was like a dark Pikachu plush in the back.
Sorry if you guys heard all that.
That's okay. Sometimes just the organic fun stuff during the podcast, it just makes it all that much better.
You might have to
I
do
mean,
some
because it's
editing.
just we're not like sitting in like some like sound studio at IGN. Like we're all in our homes with like living our lives, so it's fine.
I'm not sure what just fell down the stairs, but apparently a lot of things.
It's okay.
It's all good. Continue.
That's hilarious. Hopefully.
I think so.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, I have made my opinion known on the Let's Go games and the Pokemon franchise in general. The state of the Pokemon franchise, according to Phil Phantastic, is available for free on YouTube if you want to watch it. So what are your guys' overall opinion on the Direct? Did we get to that?
It was cool.
Pro,
Get some Pokemon updates.
lukewarm.
I liked it.
There's new
Milo
stuff.
liked it.
I like the new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I'm no one who follows my channel or me. They know
Yeah.
that I'm not a Pokemon fanboy. I'm a interested bystander. Is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
But I thought there was
Fair
enough. I mean, there was enough that piqued my interest about it. So I'm anxious to see what Part 2 is all about. So
Yeah. And we will be bringing you all the news about Part 2 next week. So make sure to tune in next week. Smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you see this week's podcasts and the stories for next week too.
Thank you again to Drew for hosting with us this week. If you'd like to check out his content, all of his information is in the description below. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you all next time.